recordings of conversations between Michael Jackson and his friend, Rabbi Shmuley. You've heard the voice.
If I sharpen my craft, maybe people will love me more.
But never like this.
Where's the children? I would choose death.
It's a side of Michael Jackson few people knew, captured in tape recordings never heard publicly until today.
I don't think that Michael will ever be looked at the same after people read this book. It's impossible.
They're being released now, along with a new book by Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, a former confidant to the King of Pop, who recorded the conversations with Jackson's permission 9 years ago.
So many of us who look at Michael as strange and weird, that's not what I experienced.
What did you see?
Indescribable pain.
In the tapes, Jackson recalled his childhood as lead singer of the Jackson 5 and his fear of father and manager Joe Jackson.
When you look in the audience, he'd make a face like this. You go, oh, I can't mess up. He's going to kill us. It would just scare the bejesus out of you. And he'd be like, everybody's clapping you like looking at you hard, like, don't you mess up, you know, and I'm like, oh, God, I'm in trouble after the show.
Jackson's siblings have said in the past that their father was hard on them, but their descriptions have been inconsistent. And Joe Jackson has said he never beat his son. Michael told Shmuley that as an adult, it became his personal mission to heal suffering children, a mission he seemed to take to an extreme.
Do you feel that God gave you a certain healing power?
Yes. And I've seen children just shower all over me with love. They want to just touch me and hug me. I see them just continue to just hold on and cry and not let go.
He so loved children, he told the rabbi that he wanted to be surrounded by them in death.
Have you seen my childhood?
I want to be buried right where there's children. I would feel safer that way. I want them next to me. I need their spirit.
It was a topic he spoke often about, his words ringing eerily today.
When the body breaks down and you start to wrinkle, I think it's so bad.
You want to die before that happens?
I don't want to grow old.
Did he have a death wish?
He lost the will to live. I think he was just going through the motions of life toward the end.
I think all my success is fame, and I've wanted it. I wanted it because I wanted to be loved. That's all.
A tragic life cut short, now remembered in his own words. And Rabbi Shmuley Boteach is with us exclusively. His new book is The Michael Jackson Tapes, A Tragic Icon Reveals His Soul in Intimate Conversation. Good morning to you, Rabbi.
Good morning, Meredith.
A lot of powerful stuff in these tapes, 30 hours worth of recordings. Before we play some of the tapes, more of the tapes, you met Michael Jackson in 1999. Mentalist Uri Geller brought you two together. Over the years of 2000, 2001, you made these recordings with him. You say that you were his spiritual advisor during that period. What was the genesis of these tapes? Why did he want to make these recordings?
Well, I have to apologize for my bloodshot eyes because I was actually contemplating the almost insurmountable challenge last night of honoring Michael's wish to have his voice heard by a public. He knew he was deeply suspicious of him, but to really grab the serious nature of the message he was trying to communicate. I mean, and to communicate that through the noise of Michael's tabloid existence. The fact is that Michael was trying to communicate a deadly serious message in this book. Deadly serious because he says he would rather die than never be able to use his fame to help children. Deadly serious because he communicates a level of loneliness and pain that staggers the imagination. He was reduced to being around mannequins to feel human company and walking the streets of Encino begging people to speak to him. And deadly serious, Meredith, because amidst the tragedy of his life cut short, an American icon fallen before our eyes, there's been no serious introspection in our culture to ask what this means for all of us. A culture that promotes fame without any kind of real foundation and fortune without any kind of spiritual purpose.
But he was also trying to rebuild his reputation. That was part of this as well.
I think he was also trying to reclaim his life. I don't see it as manipulative on the part of Michael. Michael felt that he had been robbed of something essential, and he wanted parents around America to hear how it had scarred him for life, how he came to grab onto attention from fans as a substitute from unconditional love from family.
So he wanted these recordings out there, Rabbi. He wanted a book published.
Absolutely. I mean, this was his desperate desperate wish. And it became impossible to publish it earlier because after the 2003 arrest on charges of child molestation, there was no sympathy for Michael. I mean, Michael was really seen as a person that no one wanted to hear that voice. But in the wake of his death, I think that there's been a groundswell of sympathy of people who want to judge him more charitably. And he did have this life where he learned so much from his experiences, and he wanted to share it.
Let's talk about his life and listen to some more of the tapes, because a lot of the conversation he had with you revolved around his family, and in particular his dad, Joe Jackson. I want you, the folks at home, to hear what Michael says he suffered at the hands of his father.
He was rough. The way he would beat you was, was hard. He would make you strip nude first. He would oil you down. Your whole ritual, he would oil you down. So when the flip of the ironing cord hit you, it would just, and it was just like me dying. And your foot's all over your face, your back, everywhere. And I always hear my mother back, "No, Joe, you're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him. No." I would just give up. There was nothing I could do. And I hated him for it. Hated him.
And yet he also says that he loved his father for what he did to build his career. We reached out to the Jackson family for a response, and a family spokesman said to us, "We will not dignify this with a comment." But Rabbi, what do you think about the experience that he had with his dad? How did that shape the man that he became?
Michael wanted the unconditional acceptance of his father, and he always communicated to me that amidst the abuse that he alleges, and it may not be true, but amidst that abuse, he wanted his father to reach out to him. He desperately sought a reconciliation, and he thought the day would come when he and his father would meet on common ground. And I really believe that more than any other factor, what led to the death of Michael Jackson, medicating away this pain that was almost indescribable, was that he could not have the validation of his father. He actually said to me, Meredith, that everything he did in his concerts and in his albums was in order to obtain his father's approval. And this is such an important message for us American parents. I mean, this is the age of reality TV, where kids go on television and they're prepared to lose their dignity to attain celebrity because they feel neglected in their childhood.
Well, he was trying to attain celebrity in part, he said to you in these tapes. He was looking for attention as a replacement, really, for love. That he saw them as one and the same. He also talks to you, we alluded to it earlier, you did, about surrounding himself with mannequins because somehow they filled a void in his life. Let's listen to that first, Rabbi.
I knew something was wrong with me, and it was at that time. That I needed someone. That's probably why I had the mannequins, I would say, because I felt I needed people, someone, and I was too shy to be around real people. So I didn't talk to them. It wasn't like old ladies talking to plants. I always thought about, why do I have these? I love them. It's like real babies and kids and people, but it makes me feel like I'm in a room with people.
See, you actually saw that as well, right? You saw some.
Well, we recorded a lot of these conversations in Neverland. These were conversations recorded for the express purpose of publication, so Michael could be known to the public. And I saw the mannequins. Look, so much of what we dismissed as Michael, the weirdness, the bizarre
because some people
antics.
would think of that as very weird.
True, but listen to what he's saying. You get chills down your spine listening to this. His celebrity had created a degree of isolation where he could not simply feel comfortable around other people. He felt that everybody wanted something from him. He felt that he was trapped in this cocoon of fame, and that there was some exploitative relationship with virtually everyone he met. And he wanted people just to understand, I may not be perfect, but before you judge me, know what I've been through. And he also wanted American families to heal based on his example. I think that what he shared in these conversations, Meredith, was immensely courageous. For a superstar to bare his soul with this degree of rawness, this searing honesty, so that families would learn, because he did all this because he wanted to consecrate his fame to a higher cause. And that cause was, parents, prioritize your kids. Don't neglect them, because look at what it did to me.
He also talks with you about his relationships with women, and there's been much speculation about whether he really liked women, didn't like women, but he brings up many women in these tapes, including his mom. He calls her a saint, but then women that he had in his life. Tatum O'Neal, he says that she was his first girlfriend. He refers to her as magic. He called Princess Diana his tape. And let's listen to what he had to say about Brooke.